Hello, my name is Derek Gallon. I'm a professional photographer and videographer from Europe, currently living in Dominica, the Caribbean. There are many reviews of Mavic 2 Pro on YouTube and I don't want to repeat them. I rather would like to share with you some of my comments from a point of view of a Phantom pilot. I was waiting for Phantom 5 in hope of some improvements, but as you know, it doesn't materialize, so I had to go for Mavic 2 Pro, although I wasn't quite sure if my choice is right. So if, like me, you think about switching from Phantom to Mavic 2 Pro, this video is for you. I decided for Pro over Zoom model because overall quality of this camera, although optical zoom had its appeal for work I do. The Pro model has a rather wide angle camera, sometimes too wide for what I do, equivalent of 28mm. But once I started to test it, I discovered something which makes this drone even better than I thought, and which is not clearly advertised. And here is one of the very important details, something I could call hidden video zoom or perhaps artificial interchangeable lens. This works for video only, but to me it is a game-changing option. This tiny but superb Hasselblad 20 megapixels camera is processing 4K video in two ways. One way is to downsize the image registered by the whole sensor to 4K, and another way is to use only central part of sensor, cropping the 20 megapixel sensor to actual 4K and registering video in its 4K original size. These are two methods often used by various cameras. For example, the new Nikon Z7 camera is downsizing video from full sensor to 4K, but the Z6 camera is using only central part of sensor, using actively only 3840 pixels of its width and 2160 of its height, the exact size of UHD format. The second method of cropping active sensor size is said to deliver slightly higher video quality, as downsizing image from full-size sensor to 4K can introduce some digital noise. However, imaging quality of this tiny camera is simply stunning. Amazingly sharp, crisp and clear. Possibly in lab tests such quality difference can be seen, but I did not notice much difference in my filming. So here is the important part, at least to me. Either 4K video setting option will result in the same size of the final video, right? You will get the 4K format, 3840 pixels by 2160 pixels. See this demonstration, filming wooden door and hinges with Mavic 2 Pro camera. So by switching video settings in your app between 4K full field of view, which is using full sensor, and 4K HQ high quality, the cropped sensor, you will change the field of view of your camera, something you could have done when changing lens. And if the full view setting gives you that wide angle of 28mm, the cropped HQ option will give you something around 35mm or even more, a nice step up in focal length. This will also allow you to film with your drone like you were closer to the subject, effect you would get when changing a lens, reducing risk of flying too close to your subject. By changing the setting during your flight, you can film with wide angle or switch to a tighter view. Not exactly an interchangeable lens, but good enough for me to have two different filming options out of one tiny camera. I hope it will give you more filming choices and be as helpful as it is to me. And by the way, this camera is so good that you will notice amazing difference in imaging quality between Phantom and this Mavic 2 Pro. So go for it, you won't regret. Thank you very much. If you find it useful, please subscribe. It will help me and you won't miss another of my videos. And please visit my website artphotographyservices.com. You may find it interesting. Thank you. Until next time.